So I'm going to be talking to you about two things, mainly in regards to your stats project. One is I'm going to show you how to do your box and whisker chart. And then the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how do you find mean, median, mode, and range from your chart. So you're going to go into your spreadsheet, and I'm going to be borrowing another student's. So thank you, Andrea and Natalia, because I'm going to borrow yours. So what you need to do when you go into your form is you first need to figure out which question you're going to do your box and whisker plot on. Now, these ladies actually had a lot of work. They had to do 5 box and whisker plots because their main question was dealing with ethnicity. So depending on what your question is, you might have multiple box and whisker charts. So I'm going to show you how you would do it if you decided that you're like, you know what, I'm going to do it for everyone, okay? So for the whole column. So what you're going to do is you're going to select the numbers that you're going to do it for. So I'm just going to choose it for this first question. So I'm pretending that let's do the entire sheet. So how you select the whole numbers is you click on the first number and then you go all the way down to wherever you're end, and you're going to click on the shift icon and then click, okay? Now, if you are on a Mac, you're going to hit Command C. If you are on a PC, you're going to hit Control C, and that's going to copy your data. Once you copy your data, then you're going to open up a new tab and you're going to type in metachart.com. Okay. So metachart.com is going to be the website that you go to do your box and whisker. So there'll be box and whisker at the bottom, and you're going to click on that. When you're in here, if you wanted to change your color or your border color, you can. I usually just keep it the same. You're going to want to then click on your data tab. And in the data tab, this is where you're going to paste your numbers from your data. So if you're on a Mac, you're going to hit Command V. If you're on a PC, you would hit Control V. And all of the numbers should pop up. Okay. Once you've pasted the data in, you're going to then click on the Labels tab, and you're going to title your graph title. So this should be the question for your specific data that you highlighted. So I believe this one, if I was looking at on a scale of 1 to 10, how important do you think it is to finish high school? So I'm going to just copy that, and I'm going to paste this in the title. Now, if you were doing it for different subcategories, so you were doing it for, let's say, teenagers and adults, then you would want to put in parentheses which category you're doing it for. You can change your font if you'd like here, in your color. I usually change the font size to be somewhere between 16 and 20, just so that you can read the title. And then after you do that, you're going to click on the display, and voila, you're going to have your box and whisker chart here. So once you have your box and whisker chart, you can download it, or you can do a screenshot, and then that would be your box and whisker chart that you're going to use for this question. Okay, so the second thing that I wanted to show you guys to do was how to find your mean, median, and mode for your data set. Okay, so what you're going to do to find your mean, median, and mode is, again, you're going to choose a question that you're going to do it on. So let's say we change it for a question: what's the likelihood of you finishing college? You're going to click on the number, and you're going to scroll all the way up to the top. Okay. And once you highlight all of that, you're going to click on Insert. When you click on Insert, you're going to go to Function, okay? So the first thing we're going to calculate is our median, okay? So our median means that we go to the statistical data right here, and then we're going to slide down to median. So here's median right here, and I'm going to click on median. What's going to happen is it's going to pop at the bottom of my column, and I'm going to hit Enter. When I hit enter, I have that my median is 10. So that means that their middle value for this column would be 10. Okay? So I'm going to delete that now because I don't need it anymore. I'm going to write it down somewhere else. I'm going to go again, and I'm going to highlight all of my numbers. And I'm going to click Insert, Function. Now I want to find my mean. The mean is going to be the average, and they have the average right here. Okay, so you're just going to click on Average. And again, you're going to click on Enter, and it's going to be 8.09. Okay, so their middle value was 10, so that's their median. Their mean is 8. And if you wanted to round up, you could say 8.1. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy all of the numbers again. And I'm going to click Insert, Function. I'm going to go back to the statistical. So far I've done median and I've done mean. And the last one that we're going to be doing on this is mode. So mode is the most frequent. So I'm going to click on mode and I'm going to click Enter again. And my mode is 10. Okay, so that's going to be their mode. The last thing that you have to do is calculate range. Range is your highest number minus your lowest number. So highest number minus lowest number. So for the most part, on a scale of 1 to 10, usually people have 10 and 1. If for some reason you don't, then you're going to look at all of your numbers that you have here and see what is your lowest number, what's your highest number, and you're going to subtract the two. So for them, their highest number was 10, their lowest number was 1, so 10 minus 1 is your range. So you want to make sure that you have for at least one question your mean, median, mode, and range. And you want to make sure that for your other questions, you want to have at least 3 different types of displays of data. So you want to have maybe a pie chart, maybe you want to have a bar graph, maybe you want to have a histogram, maybe you want to have a box and whisker, which I just showed you, but you want to make sure that you have those 3 different types, okay? So if you have any other questions, I'm going to be sending out a Google form that's going to be coming on Friday, and I want you to fill out if you need any individual help. So talk to your partner. If you're doing it individually, you can just talk to you individually. Sign up for a date next week, and I can go over anything that you need for your stats project. But this is just kind of an overview if you just needed to know how to do those 2 things, okay? All right, and have a great rest of the day.